Welcome back to the Here's the Deal channel. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Great reset. You'll own nothing and be happy. Merging technology and biology and all that good stuff under Klaus Schwab. It's not just coming, it is here. And tonight we're going to talk about authoritarianism in two different kinds of shades. So choose your flavor. Do you want authoritarianism A or authoritarianism B? This just came up on my radar on Twitter. It was just uploaded on the Law and Crime Network's YouTube channel. And that's what we're going to be looking at. This is a Georgia police chief gets heated during a traffic stop by neighboring town's officers because I'm special. And you need to treat me like I'm special. Don't treat me like some common lower class citizen. I'm one of you guys. I'm part of the Thin Blue Line gang, and we got a code of ethics. You're my brother. You're my Fraternal Order of Police Thin Blue Line gang member brother, and you need to treat me accordingly. That's what we got here. And I wanted to show you, I like to show you this kind of stuff because I like to see the interaction between two people who are drunk on their own power and authority. And I like to see how the general public responds to it, because usually what it ends up happening is they take sides. Oh, these officers who pulled this police chief over, those are the kind of officers we need to keep our streets safe. That's what they say. And on the other hand of it, but this police chief, he's unreasonable. Does he think he has more rights than the rest of us? Well, frankly, yes, he does. And the cops who pulled him over also think that same thing. Because if the problem with the world is that there are evil people in this world, then the last thing you want to do is give those evil people, some of those evil people, a monopoly on force and power, which is exactly what the standing armies refer to. Bill of Rights Amendment number 3, the standing armies personnel really think they have more rights than you. These badges, these clown costumes, they grant special rights that none of the rest of you have because you're not in the big club. You're not in the law enforcement club. So let's go over this real quick. It says under the video for October 10th, that's today, Zebulon Police Chief Jonathan Hemphill is facing criticism over his treatment of other Georgia police officers. We was just doing our job. We were the good guys. We were pulling him over just like we'd pull anybody over. Maybe before I get any further into this, that we kind of refresh our memory on what a court case, a settled court case said about driving not being a privilege, but rather being a fundamental rights. This is from Chicago Coach versus City of Chicago. It says, no state government entity has the power. Oh, they act like they have the power, but they don't have the power, according to the Supreme Court case, which testifies to natural law. No government entity has the power to allow or deny passage on the highways, byways, or waterways. That's highways, byways. If you're out on the water, you got this fundamental, unalienable right that you don't need to bow down for and ask permission from another man. Can I drive my boat on this waterway? Can I take my property from point A to point B on this highway? Sir, please. If you're free, free men don't beg other men for permission. And that's what this is basically saying. Transporting this vehicle and personal property for either recreational business, but by being subject only to the local regulation, i.e. safety, caution, traffic lights, speed limits, etc. In other words, being a regular person who's looking out for other people on the road. You're not just blowing through some intersection without looking both ways because you want to keep yourself safe, you want to keep your family and the vehicle safe, and you want to keep everybody else safe. It's just common sense. But it says in this court case, I don't say this court case says it, travel is not a privilege. How many times do you hear, hey, driving's a privilege, man? They even go so far as to say, hey, having that personal protection device, having that firearm, that's a privilege. No, I'm sorry. It's a fundamental right. I don't even say it's a constitutional right, because what if they amend the amendment? It's called an amendment, They can amend that. They can amend it to where it says, well, the right to keep and bear arms shall be infringed. Right now it says shall not be infringed. Don't stand on the Second Amendment. Stand on your unalienable right to keep whatever personal protection device you want for whatever reason you want, and it's nobody else's beeswax. So it's not a privilege requiring licensing, vehicle registration, or forced insurances. I like this one down here. Highways are for use of the traveling public. This is from Escobedo versus State. And all have the right, not the privilege, to use them in a reasonable and proper manner. The use thereof is an inalienable right. It's an inalienable right to take a vehicle, whatever vehicle you want, from point A to point B. Not a privilege, it's a right. So we go back here. It's fundamental, this traffic stop, by the way, because the reason they say they pulled this guy over is because his window tinting was out of kilter and his registration, there's something wrong with his registration or his license plate. You know, registration, that's your that's the proof that you asked permission and got permission from the government, Big Daddy government that's always looking out for you. So this Jonathan Hemphill, this police chief, Jonathan Hemphill, is facing criticism over his treatment of other Georgia police officers during a traffic stop in a neighboring town on August 26. Body cam video shows Hemphill getting heated after confronting 2 Molina police officers for pulling him over for dark window tint and an alleged ghost tag. Let's take a look at it.
Say hello. Was that illegal?
No, yeah, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because it's a window tint violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it. You know, that's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag. Okay. That tag's not even on file.
I see. Yes. Well, we have to catch up.
Do you think that would hold any water if you said that right there? Let me tell you. My blue lights, oh, that's right. I can't have blue lights because I'm not a special person. But that right there, that's an unofficial tag. Going on about your business. Yeah, that's not going to fly with you and me.
To run and everything like that, sir.
So I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebra.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Pope worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
I'm upset because I spoke to
Ooh, he pulled the "your police chief worked for me" card. Good one, chief.
you when I come by, and now you're pulling me
Sir,
over.
I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
Y'all gonna write me a ticket?
Don't you love that? We pulled you over. We harassed you. We initiated contact on you, but you're being hostile.
Are you gonna write me a ticket?
Look at these tats all over her arm.
Just try it.
I'm the police chief in Zebra. Do you want to write me a
Why are
ticket?
you coming up to me like that? I'm doing my job, right?
What are you stopping for?
I'm stopping you for one. It's window tints dark. You
I have
flashed your
blue
blue
lights in my
lights.
car.
Okay, you know how many officers have blue lights in
Are
their
you
vehicle?
writing me a ticket? Yes or no?
I'm conducting my investigation.
Are you writing me a ticket? I'm fixing to leave.
Do you have a driver's license?
Sure, I have my driver's license.
I love it. I love it when two tyrants, the tangling of the tyrants.
Make it a whole lot more. Your boss worked.
11:11. I'm out here with Illinois.
Stand off me just like anybody else. Pull it over, okay? Thank you.
Run my license.
See, that's the problem. We're going to treat you just like everybody else. First of all, no, you're not. Already up to this point, you haven't treated him like you would treat anybody else. You try stepping out of the vehicle in an aggressive manner like that, people have gotten shot for less. These cops are not even honest. They can't even be honest with their own hearts because they're so cemented in cognitive dissonance, trying to hold two mutually exclusive and contradictory thoughts at the same time. They can't be honest with themselves. We're treating you like everybody else. No, you're not. You're not. You would have treated me, I would have been face down. I would have had teeth missing, my face all bloodied, arms wrenched behind my back, having the torture cuffs on. It would be all over. It'd be curtains for me. They'd be towing my vehicle.
Black color, some machine construction company out of Losersville. Registration shown expired, valid insurance.
He might as well have a protective orb around this guy right here. That's how protected. That's the protected class. They're still looking out for their own, even though there's going to be public outrage, even though the police chief from, that used to be under this guy is he's going to throw up some dust about it. I don't know what happened with this at the end of it, but just like you see cops pulling over cops, they're going to issue an apology. Oh, that was unbecoming an officer, because they got to keep up the front. They got to keep having you think that the authority is somehow legitimate and, I backed down. I was in the wrong. I was just having a bad day. I'm sorry, officer. Give me my lumps. Submit to the authority is the constant drumbeat and message here.
Just confirming, Bravo Frank Mike 1175 BFM 1175. Yeah, sir, as I was explaining.
I don't want to hear anything from you.
Okay.
Oh, he's taking Thortai. He's taking the alpha position.
Out of Luthersville.
It doesn't come back to that vehicle.
Valid insurance, negative 99.
Doesn't come back to that vehicle. Must be stolen then, huh? He's going to do some cops explaining to this police chief. He's going to cower
No
down.
vehicle found, negative 99.
Window tint. That's such a bogus charge. That cruiser right there looks like it's got a window tint issue. Rules for me and not for thee. Let's see what's going to happen as this drama plays out. Cop against cop. Tyrant versus tyrant. On the Law and Crime Network.
Make sure you're recording.
Make sure you're recording.
Yeah. What?
She's about bringing your driver's license
All
back
right.
up.
That's fine.
Yeah. First when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just
Not a
confirming
Dodge
it's not.
Ram.
Yes, sir. We're
It's a
just,
ghost tag.
yes, sir. We're
You
making
must
sure.
have anything back with that tag.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have
You explain to an officer next time he pulls you over, yeah, it's a ghost tag. Ghost tag's perfectly legitimate because I say so. Now be about your business.
run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you wouldn't come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you're so
Is
upset?
it still coming back to a Dodge Ram
No,
now?
we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 9 on 5.
That's right, because
Okay.
you run it wrong.
Sir,
Somebody run it wrong.
about
Either
to-
you did or they did.
We're about to get the information.
Okay,
and get
I
it
got
back
your
to you.
chief on the phone right now. That's
Yes, sir.
fine.
I
That's fine.
understand.
That's fine.
Can you calm down for us,
No.
please?
I appreciate your service. I appreciate your service.
All right.
I'm just saying, I spoke to
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like you appreciate his service. That's why you're so mad. God, they get so offended. It's like, how dare you treat me like I treat everybody else? How dare you do that? Don't you understand? I have special first class status. What's wrong with you?
you guys. I didn't have to do that. I could have eased on by y'all. I appreciate the job y'all out here doing.
Chief,
I
I'm trying to
spoke
be
y'all.
respectful with you.
I understand
okay?
that. I understand that.
I'm not raising my voice or
I
nothing at
understand
you,
that.
right?
I understand
All
that.
right, let's.
But
man
I'm
to
trying
man,
to
let's
tell
be
you,
respectful to one
the
another,
only
okay?
thing I done wrong was spoke. Y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights
No,
at you.
sir. No, we were gonna pull you. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm telling you straight.
What happened there? What was that? What did they bleep out there? Oh, redacted, censored.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
But like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officers with blue lights.
Or you
and
threw
we've
my
dealt with
she
it
threw
before.
my license if she is getting them for me.
She'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'm just
Pray
trying
till
to.
you get through.
I'm trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
All righty.
That's unprofessional.
That's very unprofessional.
Unbelievable. Have a better night.
Have a better night and let him go. There you go.
Whole time.
There you go. Have a better night. Now, everybody who whether you're my audience or not, whether you're watching this video, watching my channel for the first time, how do you think you would have been treated if you didn't have the qualified immunity protection of this police chief? You think this chick right here would have said, here's your license, have a better night? How unprofessional. How dare you not let us inflict tyranny upon you? How dare you not let us, get a little slice of some road piracy and give you a citation so we can fill the coffers of our agency, our police department? The guy doesn't get impounded. The guy doesn't get arrested. The guy doesn't get tased or shot. The guy doesn't get a citation, no fines, nothing. Just have a better night and try to be a little bit more professional next time. Like I said, this police chief, Jonathan Hemphill, will probably issue some kind of statement of apology. Sorry, I was having a bad night. I was fighting with my wife. I had a bad day. It was just horrible. No officer should be treated like that. You should bow down and lick their boots. I should have bowed down and licked their boots. I mean, if there was any kind of takeaway to this story right here, don't act like me, Chief Jonathan Hemphill. Next time I pull you over and exact roadside tyranny on you, I want you to cower before me and bow down and give up all your rights. Unbelievable. So people take this, people unwittingly, I don't know if it's unwittingly or not at this point, because there's so many videos out there testifying the fact that these guys are tyrants. They do want to take away rights. They do want to economically terrorize you. So at this point, I don't know if it's, maybe it's willful ignorance at this point. I like to try to look at the good side of things and say, well, maybe they just don't know. Maybe there's just mass ignorance still in this internet age where you can pull up these kind of videos where it's a stark contrast between the way they treat us and the way they treat their fellow thin blue line gang members. Then you got this article right here talking about this police chief. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's another one. Let's see. I had it pulled up here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. A criminal justice expert said that he's concerned about this whole interaction. That's the interaction that we just saw. He's concerned about this entire interaction. We don't understand why it went down like this. I looked at that video and I thought, how unprofessional, criminal justice expert Thaddeus Johnson said. He said he was alarmed at the lack of respect the chief showed the officers. And guy, all you regular citizens out there, you second-class citizens, Rob Burke, thank you for that super chat. All you second-class citizens out there, don't learn from Mr. Hemphill, Chief Hemphill here. You need to fold. You need to cave. You need to cower down. When the blue lights, the cherries and berries are enacted, or turned on behind you, you need to pull over. You need to comply. You need to obey. You need to make yourself insecure in your person's houses, papers, and effects. Give up your Fourth Amendment rights. If they say, is there anything in the vehicle we need to know? You need to tell them. Anything illegal, anything that can poke me, stab me, stick me. Do it. I mean, that's just what you do. You follow your script, we'll follow ours. You bow down to tyranny, we'll be the tyrants. It's infuriating that people cannot see this and that they will actually take the sides of the tyrants just because the Georgia officers that pulled that police chief over were cordial and polite and so soft-spoken. Hey, a soft-spoken tyrant is still a tyrant. Tyranny done professionally is still tyranny. A thief who steals your stuff, but he's professional about it, it's still theft and it's still wrong. It's still immoral. Well, I'm just doing my job. I'm treating you like I treat everybody else. Nope. It didn't happen. No, it didn't. They wouldn't just give you a license. They'd be like, well, put the tint meter on. Oh yeah, that's a violation for that. We saw that the other day. They gave the guy 2 tint violations, one for his wife driving and one for the guy on the passenger side that didn't have to divulge his identity. And it ended up being a $700 ticket, also because they didn't have the kid seat belted in the back. $700. Did this police chief get exacted with economic terrorism and tyranny? Nope, not at all. The first thing he said was, I'm going to call your chief as if he's above reproach. Come on. As if his relationship makes him above the law. Guys, that badge, that uniform makes them above the law. That's how they act. That's what they say. That's their entire demeanor. You obey me, but I don't have to obey the laws. You can see it in their driving. They'll give you a ticket for going 7 miles an hour over the speed limit, but they'll go 27 miles over the speed limit, and they're not even going to an emergency. They don't even have their lights and sirens on. They just do it because they know they can, and nobody's going to pull them over. They've got qualified immunity. They can break their own laws, and nobody's going to hold them accountable. As if the relationship makes him above the officers who are working every day to keep our streets safe. Yeah, that's what the officers are doing. For the most part, they're just out there to keep the streets safe. They're not out there to increase the treasury of their department so they can get that MRAP or that next hot rod automobile, or so they can, put more money in that helicopter so they can put it in the sky, so they can track you, so they can beef up their security system, so they can improve the surveillance in their county. Criminal justice expert added that he thinks that Chief Hemphill's treatment of one of the officers, who was a woman, was also unmannerly. He was extremely disrespectful. And the level of disrespect was much higher toward the female officer. And that's an issue we face. This bravado, this patriarchal aspect, the machoism. We wonder why we can't get them on the police force, or we don't see them in positions of leadership, he said. We need pigs with ponytails, man. That's what he's saying. We need more pigs with ponytails so that they can be out there calling for backup, because that's what they do. They call for backup because they can't handle it. The weakest man among them can just take them down, take them out. They need partners. They need babysitting. In the body cam video, the chief disputes why he was pulled over. When the officer said it was because of the window tint, he curses at him. Oh, poor little officer got his feelings hurt. The chief was wrong because he thinks he has qualified immunity, which, you know, in the tyrannical world, he does, but he shouldn't. See, the only reason that qualified immunity stuff sticks is because people perceive these badge clowns, these costume clowns, these juggling fools, they perceive that they have authority. And so they back off and they go, oh, well, society will think I'm a bad person if I resist the officer. And I don't want anybody to think I was bad because the 15,000 hour public fool indoctrination program told me to say yes, sir, and no, sir. And here's my ID, sir. And do you want my paperwork? Do you want my insurance? Do you want my registration? Do you want to know what the Social Security of my firstborn is? Molina Police Chief Pat Polk said he stands by his officers. I don't know why that traffic stop transpired the way it did, but I'm very proud of my officers for the way they handled it. I'm very proud of the fact that they treated that police chief with kid gloves, did not cite him, did not fine him, did not arrest him, did not tase him. But if you guys do it in my county, we're going to arrest you, tase you, and economically terrorize you. Oh yeah, you take that one to the bank. I can't believe people can't see the criminality. Johnson also celebrated the officers and how they reacted. Quote, I commend those officers because there is a power imbalance. Yeah, there is a power imbalance. They're just trying to do their jobs. Let's see. It seems like the Gestapo used to say, I'm just doing my job. I'm just following orders. Isn't that what they said at Nuremberg? Why'd you destroy the lives of 5,000 people, soldier so-and-so? Because Goering told me to do it. Because Himmler told me to do it. I was just following orders. I don't write the laws. I just enforce them. Oh, so you're not your own moral agent? You're not responsible for your own actions? You think just following orders and I'm just doing my job and I didn't write the laws, I just enforce them is going to get your ass out of hot water? Ain't going to work in the Nuremberg trials. The conduit through which, the tunnel through which most evil has entered through the world is through order followers. Immoral, compliant, conformant order followers. The ones who do what they're told regardless of what is right instead of the ones who do what is right regardless of what they're told. They're just trying to do their jobs and they did not back down. Yes, they did. They did too back down. They let him go with the window tint. They let him go with the ghost tag. They let him go being, belligerent to him. They wouldn't have let you go for those three things. He didn't get tased. He didn't get shot. He was treated differently. Everything this cop is saying is a lie. It's not true. He's trying to convince you of something that's an absolute fabrication. For citizens, you want officers like that who reinforce the law. No matter who it is, they didn't. They didn't reinforce the law. They let him go. They gave him preferential treatment. 11-5 reached out to the city of Zebulon and the police chief's office to try to get a response. So far, we have not heard back. But when you do, there will be groveling. There will be bootlicking. There will be showboating. There will be photo ops because they got to tell the regular citizenry, this ain't how you respond to police officers who pull you over. You got to comply. You got to obey. Molina Police Chief Polk said that they switched over using the Pike County Sheriff's Office channel for emergency communications to keep their residents safe. So in other words, we're not using Zebulon anymore. So what are cops doing? Oh, they're not out there keeping you safe. They're out there arresting roofers because the roofer didn't get permission from the government to put a roof over people's heads in Florida who got their roof ripped off during Hurricane Ian. Look at this. This is from Florida DBPR. During a state of emergency, working without proper licensure is a felony. While rapists and murderers and looters and vandals and thieves are getting away with murder, Florida's finest are out there arresting roofers who had a contract with the homeowner. The two people agreed on terms. I'll pay you this much. You provide this service. And they arrested that guy and charged this guy with a felony. Thanks, DBPR's Division of Regulations hard work in impacted areas. Those dang people trying to put roofs over desperate people's heads. What are you thinking? You need permission from the government to do that. You need to bow down and lick our boots and get a registration and license. It's sick. It's pitiful. Land of the free, home of the brave? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, I live in a free country and I have all the licenses and permits to prove it. Yeah, that's a little over the top. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to vent. On you. This guy right here, this police chief got preferential treatment that you and I wouldn't have got. Don't wait for it. It's not coming for you. It's not coming for you because they're busy gunning for you. I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for joining the stream. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. And before you leave, hit that like button. I know people forget to hit, but it really helps with the algorithm. Hit that like button when this video gets done. Share this video with everybody you know if you think it's valuable, if you think we can, set brush fires of freedom in the minds of men by putting this information in the cranial structures of people in America and around the world. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.